Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Des here. So in this video po, I'll be covering about why Filipinas and Filipinos can't save up. So this is part 2 of the previous topic that I've discussed before, and also, well, in a short video also, which was like a year ago. So maybe some of you have anticipated this one. And before I head into my list, guys, um, I'd like you to understand Filipinos um, by watching this video. So I don't want you guys to judge Filipinos right away just because we cannot save up for only a few reasons, like being an overspender, keeping up with the Joneses, being materialistic. Isn't that the same in other places as well, right? So this video is not to degrade or look down on Filipinos or to bash at them. So I just want you guys to understand, yes, the reason. Be knowledgeable of the reasons why many Filipinas and Filipinos can't save up. Alright, it is easy for many of you, many foreigners and other nationalities to just say in general that Filipinos can't save up because we live beyond our means. There are other reasons, guys. So later on, I'll be posting the link. I'll post the link of the first video at the end of this one. So I want you guys to understand, and in no particular order. So this is number one. Number one is lending money to the relatives. Yes, I know you, all of you, you got my point here. Even I don't have to give you all the details. Well, here's the most beautiful part, okay? If a Filipino won't lend a relative some money, that relative could backstab her or any Filipino. That relative, he or she can make gossips about the person, spread rumors about how greedy he or she is. The niece or nephew is now turned into a greedy person because she got a foreigner or a fam. You know, she became rude. Now she doesn't want to help relatives anymore. So for a Filipina not to lose face, which I've mentioned before, um, she would just obligate herself to lend money to that relative, because there is a tendency that relative could do that, make gossips about her. hmm for example, an OFW working abroad. Okay, so she's earning dollars, euros, but these relatives do not know what she is going through, right? And or maybe a Filipina who just moved abroad, married to a foreign guy. So these relatives feel entitled, most of them, okay, or many of them. And of course, a lot of them are jobless, and they feel like they are entitled of the hard-earned money of that Filipina. Mm-mm. So that niece or nephew or cousin got no choice but to touch his or her savings, so the relative wouldn't think he or she has become greedy. There you go. So here is number two. Number two is debt of gratitude to the parents. Okay, so a Filipina can't refuse the parents when they want to borrow money because of this culture that's becoming toxic. Mm. The debt of gratitude culture, which I've mentioned before in my previous videos. So even the parents do not deserve it. You know what I mean? Like there are also parents na they didn't really raise their kids well, but they are expecting for something. So, so the child has no choice but to lend them money. So the child feels shameful to ask the money back. Let's say after a few weeks, or the child needs that money. Because of this debt of gratitude thing, um, she won't dare to ask for, hey mama, hey uh, father, like that, mama, papa, can I have my money because I need it now? Okay, so she won't dare to ask money because it could reflect how greedy, or yeah, how greedy he or she is. Mm-mm. And some parents would say, how dare you to ask that money, and they will start counting all the things that they have given to the child. So some parents would even say, the money we borrow from you is nothing compared to the sacrifices we have done for you when you're still little. We've raised you, we fed you, sent you to good schools, and you have the audacity to tell us to pay you back. So the parents would make the child feel guilty, yep, about the money borrowed. Mhm. Because for them, they think that it should be considered as a payback time. So the child get controlled at some point, right? So in short, guys, the child is a retirement plan. Okay, I hope you got my point there. All right, so let's head on to the third one. Money is used to pay debts. All right, so many parents will use their the children's salary to pay their debts. Yeah, since the Jurassic era. And the lender has a high interest too. So the debt just gets getting higher and higher. Or let's say, because the parents need to wait for some of the kids to have jobs, so the debts is just accumulated, mm, years and years, like months, right? For months. So unless one child gets a job, so the working child will now shoulder the parents' debts, which they got no choice. Mhm. So many times, even the kids do not like to pay the debt. Yes, it happens, because he or she wants to save up. Yeah, of course. After college, they wanna work as well. They have dreams, right? He or she wants to save up. So here goes the parents again. If I didn't borrow that money, you won't be able to eat or finish school. So they have this guilt trip thing, hmm right? So, yeah. So for that third one, very typical reason. So the parents would just borrow money from others, maybe for their own vices, whatever, what not reasons. And they are hoping that one of the kids will find a job. So, and the kids will just shoulder all the debts. Yep, it doesn't sound good. All right. So for number 4, this is connected to number 3. The parents would get the fancy stuff and let the kids pay for it. Yep. So even the child earns really good. Let's say he or she is in a call center. Okay, so she earns 30, 40K pesos a month. That will be just, we call it gone in the wind. Or that will all be gone in a few days because the parents could now buy the things they wish for. So, for example, they will request for high-end gadgets, move to a better apartment, upgrade their lifestyle, and they would give hints to the working child to have a vacation in this place. So, for example, in Boracay, like that, or Baguio. So they have this change in lifestyle, in short. So the working child, mm, it's like, just to make the parents happy, he or she will sacrifice her own happiness and savings. And guys, there's one, should I say, sad thing here. The parents, remember this, the parents will say that, this is the only way for you to repay us for what we have done to you. This is just a small gift, and you will earn that money again. So I hope you guys got my point. All right, the fifth one is somewhat you have heard before. Salary is too low. Okay, so you might ask, so why not just apply for a high paying job? Guys, it is so easy to say that, right? So the answer is even if Filipina has finished a 4-year course in a university, she wouldn't still get that dream job because of lack of experience and skills the company is looking for. So instead of wasting time applying for many companies, so waiting for their calls, updates, she would just apply to a small company like being a fast food chain cashier. There's nothing wrong with that. Mhm. Okay, so she would just apply to a small company with low salary. So yeah, until she accumulated that learning or learn the skills that she needs in the future, that she needs to acquire, right? Mm. And by the way, guys, many times, just many times, Filipinos believe in having small is better than having nothing at all. Mm. I don't need to explain more about that, mm, about the low salary. Yep. Instead of waiting, right? Just grab the first company who called them, and they got no choice. Hmm. And after years, probably if they decide to apply for a certain company, maybe they're lucky enough, so then they will get higher salary and so on. All right. The last one is blood is thicker than water mindset. I think you guys have a clue here. So many situations start when the parents are not taking care of their health when they're still younger. So this is a reminder to you as well, guys. So if parents wouldn't take care of their health until they are, until they reach that retirement stage, they will just be diagnosed, or they are diagnosed with a life threatening disease or illness, and it's too late. They need dialysis, they need treatment for tuberculosis, and it means endless hospital bills, never ending medications. So since that Filipina, the daughter, she's the only person, let's just put some example here. She has a work, the only child amongst the seven or maybe eight, let's say 5, 6, 7, 8 children. She is now responsible for everything. Now that only child who has work, she will become the breadwinner of the family. Even her brother, now let's say the brother impregnated the girlfriend, or let's say some of the siblings got imprisoned, blah blah blah. So she needs to, not obligated, but it's somewhat like she doesn't have any choice to refuse, or let's say not to lend them or help them, because blood is thicker than water. So she needs to shoulder every bill, every food. Mhm. A lot of times, yeah, she is obligated to support everyone because it is the family members. So the parents would, they will not really give hints, but they will tell that Filipina, help your sister or your brother, because one day they will also help you. Like, the question there is when it's gonna be, right? That brother hasn't finished college, is so lazy, we don't know the time that they will feel, motivated to find work. So that is going to be an endless support mm, from that Filipina breadwinner. Yep, it only stops, it could stop if she lives on her own, like move out, pay her own rent, right, and start a new life. But most of the time, this is the sad thing, many wouldn't really leave the family. Mm. and the parents would really beg, like, please don't leave us. Can you really do this to us? We are your family. Don't worry about this. I'm gonna tell your brothers, your siblings to find work so that they can repay you, and so on and so forth. Whew, that was a lot. That's a summary, guys. So I appreciate that you being here, and thank you for always supporting my channel, for the thumbs up, the comments. What else? For sharing my channel to others, subscribing, and watching my ads. It's really helpful. Thank you for everything, guys. My comment section is always open for your opinions. If you disagree, if you agree on whatever I've said here, mm, if you want to add more, or if you want to share your personal experience, right? You have a Filipino before, or now, and then they share these stories. These are real stories, guys, and there could be other reasons there why a Filipina or a Filipino can't save up. So thank you, guys. See you next time. Bye.